What's up, my new money family people? Welcome to today's video. I'm very excited to come here again today, because today I'm going to rant a little. Alright, so today's video is going to be a reaction to the publication about Bank of Ghana that came out last Friday, just this past Friday. Right, so for those of you who have not seen it, I posted it yesterday on my page, so try to check it out. Right, but let me just read the first paragraph, then we get into the video, then we appreciate what I want to talk about today. All right, so today's video, I want us, I've titled today's video "Time to Wake Up." Right, it is time to wake up. Seriously, guys, it is time to wake up. Okay, so yeah. I'm just getting into the publication for the publication Bank of Ghana brought out last Friday. Okay, so the full thing you can read it on my page. All right, so if you join me whilst I read, you type "make new money," because look, then the old money is not doing us any good. So just as always, type for me "make new money." Celestina Nyamiche, thanks for joining me. RA Urigani, thanks for joining me. Greg Isaac Amankwa, thanks for joining. Now Anyelena, thanks for joining me. You guys keep me moving, right? So I'm happy when I see you guys here. So let me just read the first paragraph, all right? But I would advise that you read the whole thing. Okay? So it says, notice of revocation of licenses of insolvent savings and loans companies and finance houses, and appointment of a receiver. It's dated 16th August 2019. Alright, so it says Bank of Ghana has, with effect from today being last Friday, revoked the licenses of 23 insolvent savings and loans companies and finance house companies. These actions were taken pursuant to section 123. I don't need this one. Of the bank's specialized deposit taking institution, which requires the Bank of Ghana to revoke license of bank or specialized deposit taking institutions where Bank of Ghana determines that the institution is insolvent. This means that these institutions whose licenses have been revoked by Bank of Ghana are termed insolvent. Okay, so it says the revocation of the licenses of these institutions has become necessary because they are insolvent even after a reasonable period within which the Bank of Ghana has engaged with them in the hope that they would recapitalize by their shareholders to return them to solvency. It is the Bank of Ghana's assessment that these institutions have no reasonable prospects of recovery, and that their continued existence poses severe risk to the stability of the financial system and to the interests of their depositors. Okay, so this is just the first two paragraphs. Find the rest on my page and read it. All right. Kweku Ekosa, thanks for joining me. Sydney, as always, thanks for joining me. Make new money, that's what's up. All right, so this is a publication Bank of Ghana brought out just this Friday. I know this morning most of our media houses are talking about it, but I know most of them will take it from a different perspective, that people are squandering money. That's how come Bank of Ghana is closing closing down these microfinance institutions. 23 of them as at Friday. All right, and mind you, these 23 financial houses have workers. All right, so this is the angle from which I want us to take it. They have workers. Of course, the big media houses are going to concentrate on the government and why they are closing them down. But I want us to look at ourselves, you and I. If you find yourself in such a situation, you understand, this is so scary. If you find yourself in such a situation, what are you going to do? Especially if that is your only means of livelihood, your 9 to 5. You are working in a bank, you are working in a microfinance institution. Last year, same August 28th, a publication was made by Daily Graphic that said BOG, that is the Consolidated the Consolidated Bank, which was made of, you know, a couple of banks that were brought together due to this same insolvency issue, were to lay off 1,700 workers last year. So this is 1 year. We are in 1 year since they started, right? And today 23 savings and loans companies and financial houses are being closed down because of insolvency. What happens to us as workers, as those who are working? Mind you, it is not only just a branch or one office. They have a lot of branches which have people working in there. Look, it is high time we woke up. This is what I have been saying over and over and over again. When I see these things, they worry me a lot. They worry me. You know, most people will see these publications and they will just they will scroll, right? But we should know that fine, we can be working somewhere, okay, that is not a part of these financial institutions, but there is this account adage that says, who said obi abodri share, no one pays you, right? Which simply means, if you see, literally, if you see that someone's beard like mine is on fire, and you are close by, what do? You find water, you find a bucket of water and keep it close, so that when it comes to you, or when it comes closer to you, you can just dip your beard in it. Right? It is happening to some of our brothers. Look, this insolvency thing that is happening to that has started happening. Okay, today they are going to start working on it. They are going to start closing these institutions, and the workers will be sent home. All right. So if you don't have anything doing, what are you going to do? Where are you going to start from? Okay, your institution is deemed insolvent, so it's been shut down. It's been closed. Make new money. Thanks for joining me. Nadromo Solomons. Charles Opoku Ajiman. Thanks for joining me. Agbesi Kobla. Numa will say, please forgive me if I didn't pronounce your name well. Thanks for joining me, guys. Today we are talking about you and I. We are taking our lives into our own hands, because look, what we see as job security, those we see as having the most secure jobs, they are losing our jobs. So what happens to us, okay, who don't even receive our salaries on time? What happens to us if the same thing should happen to us? All right, please, this video is to make us firm believers of ourselves. We need to believe in ourselves firmly. If your financial institution or if your bank is not a part of this, don't think you are okay. It's not going to come to you. If it doesn't, praise the Lord. Then this is what you have to do. You have to start working on your own business. Right? Because you can't tell tomorrow. You can't guarantee yourself that you have job security. They can wake up tomorrow and tell you, okay, we don't need your services again, go home. Now they don't even give prior notice. This thing that Bank of Ghana is doing, I don't know if the workers in the various organizations knew that this was going to happen. Okay, even if they knew, how long would they have to prepare themselves? I know workers, I know people, I had colleagues who were working in the bank but now are patching with some organization. Their salaries have been slashed. Okay, so those days, just imagine those days when they were having those good salaries. If they had spent everything, what would they do now that their salary has been slashed? Mind you, when you start receiving big money, you know, when you are BA, you know how to spend. Alright, so even if your salary is slashed and you are giving less now, you won't even have enough, talk less of saving. So this is very serious. You know, when we were growing up as kids, we used to have, you know, things we liked, things we wanted to become, things that got our attention. But as we grew up, what happened? Our parents and our elderly ones managed to convince us with some other professions that we left the things we were passionate about behind. We didn't pursue them. Look, this is time to find your first love, the things you like to do. This is the time to go back to it. Right? Because if you leave the organization and go to a different organization, what is the guarantee that you are going to last there? You are going to keep or have your employment for the next 10 years. This is the noise I've been making. All right, this is the noise. It is time to discover what you like and grow it and make it work for you. Right? So please, just like I keep saying, if you join me, don't just join me. Share this video. This video has to spread. It has to be viral. It has to go viral because people need to know. Right? We need to be informed. We need to be informed. We don't have our lives or our employment. Our employment, we are not secure if we don't have anything doing for ourselves. We are not. Right? Fine. Our parents managed to convince us to leave what we love to do. But, it didn't just leave. As we grew up, we still had it in us. Okay, so this is the reason why we should find it and grow it to make it work for us. Alright, we can't rely on our employment alone. This is the noise I've been making. We have to wake up as young people. We have to wake up. Seriously. Okay? Vusi Tembawayo puts something across. He says, fine, as entrepreneurs, as African entrepreneurs, every entrepreneur is a first generation entrepreneur, right? Which means there is no blueprint of success that we have to follow, right? It is likely, okay, that you will go and hit. It's just the trial and error. Those who have made it, right? There is nothing wrong that they followed. Just trial and error. We are all first generation entrepreneurs as Africans. Okay, unlike the Western world where they started entrepreneurship centuries ago. So they are able to follow. We are following them. We are following the foreign the foreign entrepreneurs. Okay, so some of the things that work for them, they don't work for us. An example is how we are able to access facilities. It works for them in a certain way, but not here. Not here. Even when an investor believes in your product, and is ready to invest, look, some of the time, most of the time, they don't even come. They don't follow through. Okay, I can attest to it. It has happened to me not once. I get very close to getting an investment and they just back off. You don't know what will happen. But I have my business plan. I have everything. That is what tells me that I can't even rely on an investor to come. I have to do my own thing, what I am doing. April Amate, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you so much. Make new money. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, Kwejo Eji Afo, thanks for joining me. Benjamin Donko, aka Maloney, thanks for joining me. Baba Iwuzi, I see you. Ofori Lindsay, thanks for joining me. Right, today we are talking about ourselves. Okay, what this should tell us, the Bank of Ghana publication, what it should tell us. How informed are we? Okay, to put ourselves in a position where we will not be found wanting. This is serious. This is serious business. It just looks like something that has been brought out, but the people involved, someone will go home. Definitely, someone will go home, right? And it is very likely that a high percentage of those going home don't have anything to fall on when they go home. Okay, so please, you and I, this is what we have. What are we going to do with it? Our first love. Okay, you can't just tell me you are scared. You can't be scared. Okay, I think losing your job when you least expect it is even more scary. It is scarier than you starting something and failing and picking yourself back up. We are faced with this reality. This is our economy. This is what we have. This is where we find ourselves. So what are we going to do? You understand? Agbeshi Komla, thanks for typing that. Make new money. Make new money. You see that bag of dollar? Yeah, that's what we are talking about. Okay, so that's what this new money thing is about. Look, the employment will keep going. That is old money. That is old money. All right? We need to find the ways we can make the new money. That is what this video is about. And that is what all my videos are about. That is why, in fact, I like the make new money thing. Okay, because as it helps you watching, it helps me as well. It makes me conscious of the fact that I can't rely on some old money. I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own business. I have my own shop. But if I don't have online presence, I am still relying on old money. Okay, if I am relying on the people around me, how many people will even walk to my shop in a day? That is old money. That is the old way of thinking. But if I know that, okay, I can have my stuff online and somebody living in China can see and order from me, that is a new way of thinking. That is, the new money thinking. That's what I'm talking about. I don't blame us. I don't blame us. Seriously. Because that is how we grew. That is how our parents also grew. They grew up believing in the old ways of doing things. So it's not our fault, right? But we can't let our younger ones also fall in the same trap, because trust me, school is not going to teach them what we are talking about today. Do you understand? It is us. It behoves on us to know and position ourselves well. Okay, so I have a video. If you say you are scared, I have a video on how to handle your fears. Okay, so I'm not going to that. I want you to check the video out for yourself, how to handle your fears. If you are scared to start anything on your own, check the video out. Okay, it's for those of you who are scared. All right, let me share a story with you. Before I got a job at the bank, I used to work with a telecommunications company. I was a direct salesperson. There was nothing like car, that will move you around. You needed to go and look for the customers. Okay, and aside the prepaid cards we use, there is one service called postpaid. That one, you use it and you pay at the end of the month. So we were supposed to get customers for that product. And even buying credits, how many people buy credit often? Talk less of finding people to come and purchase the service, or use the service and pay at the end of the month. That was the kind of direct sales I was doing. It was extremely difficult. And my boss was a lady. And we know lady bosses. Those of you who have had lady bosses, you know what I'm talking about. Very difficult. She will intimidate you. And I was fortunate. I was the youngest among them, among the pack. Look, some of my colleagues had children, some had wives, but my boss, the lady boss, will make you less when you come for the meeting. Meanwhile, we're having a meeting in the pantry. In the pantry, a small round table, one corner in their pantry. This is one of the leading telecommunications company. Those of you who know me will know the company I'm talking about. That's where I used to work. So when someone told me about an aptitude test with the bank, this is my transition, my transition story from the telecommunications company to working in the bank as a teller. So we used to attend meetings once in a week, just once in a week. Or you attend the meeting again. You have to, after the meeting, you are left to yourself to do whatever you want to do. But you have to bring the results at the end of the week. It was a weekly meeting. And getting these postpaid customers wasn't easy. I would walk on the sun, feel a headache. You wouldn't be allowed to even patch with any of their service centers, because someone will walk into their service center to inquire about a service, one service or the other, then you get to talk to them. I remember I will go and patch, and the branch manager will tell me, look, you are not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be out there looking for customers. I'm supposed to go and walk on the sun. I got a chance to, go and write aptitude test, and it was a Monday, and I had to go for Monday meeting. I was so scared to go for this meeting, so I had to lie. But I needed to change jobs. I had to lie. I had to lie that I was going to meet a client Monday morning. I went to write this aptitude test. We were about 50, and it ended up that we passed through a series of interviews, about 5 interviews. We got to the end of the bank. Then 4 of us came through, made it to the bank. 4 out of about 50. So this day of the interview, the aptitude test, I had to lie and go. I didn't go for the Monday meeting. But guess what happened? That weekend, I recorded one of my best results ever working for the telco. Right? But I was scared. Here was I was scared. But when I lied, when I went to write my attitude test, when I didn't know, when I wasn't going to meet any customer at all, I was able to get a company, not an individual, a company to sign up for the product I was buying. I was selling. Okay, so most of the time it's just the fear. If you're able to get past your fear, look, you can take on everything. Ajua Kakra, thanks for joining me. Bismarck Apia Kwarting, thanks so much for joining me. Triumphant Reggie, thanks for joining me. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so Agbeshi says, to change, we need to reconstruct our mindset, our attitude, our priorities. Exactly my point. We need to grow. We can't keep being the old us, right? And we need a community. Okay, that is why I keep saying we should join the New Money family. Okay, that's my community on Facebook. It's on Facebook. It's the New Money family, right? In as much as I want people to join, I want us to network and grow together. I don't want just anybody to join. That is why I ask just 3 questions, just yes or no questions. I will look at you, or I will check your profile and everything. Then I will accept you to be a part of the group, because I want us to grow. I want to grow an army of passionate entrepreneurs, passionate young people who want to do something for themselves, who want to think outside the box. All right. So make the New Money family. Just type New Money family. It has an orange and a green logo. Then you be a part of it. Right. So very soon I'll be sharing most of these videos in there. Okay, because we need to network. We need to grow as a people. Right, we need to grow as a people. I thought for once that I was the only one so passionate about the things I talk about. But last Friday, after I shared the video, someone called me from Kumasi, and he was like, "Look, what you are saying is very true. It has happened to me. I used to work in a rural bank, but I resigned because I was having a hard time with my boss. I was supposed to report to work at 8 o'clock, but even if I'm late for 5 minutes, how my boss would treat me, it was so hard for him. So eventually he had to resign, and he's following his passion. He's now an MC. He's MCing events, and it's going well for him. Okay, that's his passion. He's now doing radio too, from the bank, from a rural bank. So this stress we are going through in our various employments, can't we put the same pressure into our personal businesses? We can. So for God's sakes, we should find our passion and go into it. It is well. Okay, it is well. This economy we are in, we can't change anything about it. Unfortunately, we can't change. Every election year, these politicians will come and sweet talk us. Will go and vote for them. They'll come, and when they come into power, they know who they are going to help. So we can't even rely on them. Right? People are complaining the economy is hard. Things are not going on well. The politicians are disappointing people. The dollar keeps increasing. Are we still going to rely? We need ourselves, okay, to grow our own businesses. All right? That's what I keep saying, that entrepreneurship is not an option anymore. Even if you don't have any business idea. The previous video I did, I spoke about some things we can do, okay, to make us some money online. Look, this thing I'm doing is this whole New Money thing is about online business. It's about taking your business online. If you've started your business already, you need to get it online. If you've not started and you are now thinking of starting business, you need to get it online. All right, because look, the offline thing is not working. There's a revolution going on. Seriously, one of the main reasons why companies are suffering is because they've not understood that there is a revolution going on. People are getting online with this robotics and globalization. How robots are coming to take over our jobs. How people can sit in China and work for us here in Ghana. It is a revolution. It is about time we knew or we realized that business is not how it was some few years ago. So we should find our feet. We should find where we can locate the customer. Look, now Facebook advertising is there. If you start a business and you don't have a physical location, you can target you can get to your target customer. online on Facebook, if you know how to go about it. All right, so please, by all means, I want every one of you watching me to join the New Money family. All right, let's go together. Let's go as a people. Okay, let's go as a people and understand that there is a revolution going on. Forget about how hard the economy is. We are fighting a common enemy. We are fighting. Look, there is. If you don't have anything to do, if you are just a 9-to-5 worker with nothing, it feels like there's so much pressure on you. All right, there's so much pressure on you. We need to lift off that pressure. I'm not saying we should resign from our job immediately. We should start something on this, on the side and grow it. Okay, and grow it. All right. So with this, aside the New Money family, I am creating a movement. Okay, that will say what? Billionaire before 30. Okay, for the young ones who are not yet 20. Billionaire before 20. I mean, before 30 is a campaign I'm going to start very soon. Billionaire before 30 and the million experience. Okay, these two campaigns, I'll be starting them very strong because I want every one of us to experience how being a millionaire looks like. Okay, see, I've learned something that if you are targeting, if you want to get somewhere, you don't target just the skies. You target way above the skies so that when you fall, in case you fall, you are going to fall on the skies. I hope you guys get what I mean by this. Alright, so we are targeting very high, okay, because we want to achieve it. We want to be the millionaires. Okay, and I'm not talking cedis, dollars. Because if we are going to see the world as our marketplace, we can do it. People in Nigeria are doing it. Young people are becoming millionaires by the day. I shared the story of Kylie Jenner, the Kardashian family lady, who is the youngest billionaire now at the age of what, 22. If it's $1 billion lady, we can also do it. We can also make it as Africans. Okay, so I want everybody to be a part of this. Okay, so that we can challenge ourselves. Billionaire before 30 and the $1 million experience. Let us challenge ourselves to be a part of this. Okay, you know, the mentality of the poor person is the one that says, oh, this thing is too difficult, I can't do it. Okay, but if you condition yourself that, okay, I can be able to do this, and you don't even know how, your mind begins to function in a different way. You need to you start thinking or asking questions that will make you achieve. Okay, so when I launch this campaign, when I launch this project, I want us all to get involved for ourselves. All right, so I have laid down something for us. I'm not just talking out of a vacuum. I have seen it work for other people. I am using it for myself. I'm not there yet, but definitely I'm going to get there. So I want to drag us all along. All right, so please, if you are with me, say I'm with you. Just type it in the comments down below. All right, so it's all about the new money. If you are making new money, we shouldn't just target just some thousands of dollars. We should target the millions. You know, target the millions so that we will stretch our minds to be able to achieve. This is not just talking. Oh, I'm going to put it in action, and you will see it for ourselves. So don't be left out. By all means, be a part of this project. Join the New Money family today. Let us go together. All right, Frederick Yamesa, you just joined me. Kwame Jima, you just joining me. It's been a long time, Kwame. Good citizen, thanks for joining me. Please, if you join, I want you to share this video. This video has to travel very far. Okay, because we can't rely on government, we can't rely on only our employments to put us somewhere. All right, I'm going to work on my business. I'm going to work on my, $1 million projects. So please, I want us all to also focus. And now, Dromo Solomon, thank you for that comment. I'm with you. Just type. Let me know you are with me. It gives me the encouragement to want to do the things I want to do. This is so big, I can't do it only by myself. I need you guys to be a part of it. Ghana has to see a different crop of young people. Africa has to see a different crop of young people, so that we can grow our own businesses how we want to see it, right? So that's it for today. I want us to believe in ourselves. Okay, we shouldn't let this Bank of Ghana publication and how difficult the economy is to demoralize us. We should believe in ourselves, believe in what we trust in, what we are passionate about, what we love to do, and make that new money. Till I come your way again, I say stay focused on your side hustle. Peace out.